So tomorrow's January 6th committee TV presentation, in which they're going to be bringing up all kinds of things, most of which are about one person and one person only, namely the Orange Menace. This is what these meetings are about, these presentations are about. It's always about him and the clear and present danger this man has become to democracy, literally. And the meeting is happening at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can see the chart is very reflective of a number of things. First, very good moment in terms of the effectiveness of the meeting, because you can see multiple planets in air signs, therefore perfect for getting a message across, including a Gemini moon that makes trines to the Libra planets, as well as to Saturn. And to make it even more interesting and effective, the air planets, notably the moon and some of the Libra planets, connect to the USA Saturn in Libra and to the USA moon in Aquarius. So it is perfect in that sense. And I am sure we're going to enjoy what they have to say, and it'll be very clear and very effective. But the other thing is, how does this relate to Trump's chart? There you see super late Sagittarius rising on the hour, but of course within seconds to a minute it shifts into Capricorn. And those first few minutes of the meeting, the ascendant will creep at a degree every so many minutes, 3-4 minutes, so that it'll lock into his axis Hollywood T-square from the 6th sign. That T-square is Mercury at the top with Eris opposing Neptune. He does not like anything to touch that because it exposes all of his criminality. And so that's the entry point of the meeting. It begins poorly for him, and it only continues from there to essentially get worse, because the Access Hollywood T contact is until 1:45 p.m., thereby guaranteeing the first 45 minutes are hellish. After that, all he has to look forward to is continued action in Capricorn via the ascendant, a sign he doesn't like. It's the bottom of that T-square. It's a place where he's least comfortable. And if you wait long enough, as in it could take another 50 minutes or so, if the meeting continues that long, then it's going to trigger his Saturn-Venus conjunction in the 12th sign, because the ascendant will get further along to make that connection, which he's not going to like at all. If you look at the Libra planets, they're in his communication house, which normally would be okay. The problem is that it's the kind of communication, the kind of message he doesn't want to hear. Even something like that Venus next to his Jupiter would normally be quite okay. But I guarantee you that they're going to be focusing on the dark side of Jupiter, his excesses, where he simply respects no rules, overexpands into things he should not be overexpanding into. So in other words, the message is very negative. Then we notice that the biggest problem for him is the Mars position. You see it at 23 degrees Gemini. That's right on his sun. So you're guaranteed whatever this guy is watching is going to be throwing ketchup or whatever else at the wall, the TV, whatever's around. I would say stay clear, because the man is going to go into a rage. And this is not going to end just then, because that Mars goes forward a little bit more and then parks, does its station at 25 degrees Gemini, which is well within range of his sun. Right? So then it comes back and goes over that sun, going the other way into the end of the month, guaranteeing that what he's going to hear during this presentation is going to be very unsavory. The other thing is that the Mars at 23 is making a square in the sky to Neptune at 23 Pisces. That just enhances the problem because that Neptune is sitting in his 8th sign, squaring his sun and moon. And this just means dirty underwear brought to the surface, and essentially he's going to look bad. That's the bottom line. What can you say, right? Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.